This morning's story comes to us from People.com. That's People Magazine. A California sheriff's deputy is under investigation after playing a Taylor Swift song during a filmed confrontation with protesters on Tuesday, admitting he hoped the song would trigger YouTube's automated copyright system and keep footage of the argument off of the video platform.
Taylor Swift songs typically go viral, but not for this reason. An East Bay deputy may be in trouble this evening for playing one of Swift's songs on his cell phone while an activist recorded him. The sergeant with the Alameda County Sheriff's Office is heard admitting he's doing it so the activist can't upload the video to YouTube due to the site's copyright rules. Thousands have now seen the video, and as NBC Bay Area's Melissa Colorado found out, the sergeant in question could face disciplinary action.
Protesters had come to the Alameda County Courthouse for a hearing in the voluntary manslaughter case against Jason Fletcher, a former police officer in San Leandro, California, charged in the 2020 fatal shooting of Stephen Taylor, a black man holding a baseball bat who allegedly tried to leave a Walmart without paying. James Birch, a member of the Oakland-based Anti-Police Terror Project, told the Washington Post that police had told him and his fellow protesters to remove banners they'd placed on the steps of the courthouse.
On Tuesday, Sergeant D. Shelby is seen on camera approaching members of the activist group Anti-Police Terror Project. They were outside an Oakland courthouse to listen to a pretrial hearing of a former officer charged with manslaughter. After Shelby notices someone filming him, he takes out his own cell phone and presses play.
It's definitely a hot button issue because, Taylor Swift's music is involved and copyright laws involved in that.
As of Thursday afternoon, the video is still up on YouTube.
He took his phone and he put it right over his body cam, and so I thought he was just trying to drown out the noise.
Then the sergeant explains his reason for blasting T. Swift.
Why do you have to hide?
Record all you want. I just know it can't be posted on YouTube.
A spokesperson for YouTube says their copyright rules are a lot more complicated than Sergeant Shelby thinks they are. For starters, the copyright music has to be loud enough. Secondly, every music label has their own policy when it comes to their songs appearing in YouTube videos. Some allow it, some monetize it, and others block it. This is the Taylor Swift song that became problematic for this Alameda County Sheriff's Sergeant.
Well, it's not a good look for law enforcement. There's rules that the court has set up about protest and distances and signage.
Sergeant Ray Kelly with the Alameda County Sheriff's Office says they do not condone this behavior and have asked Internal Affairs to look into it.
We are human beings, and we do kind of sometimes you can get caught up in a moment, but the public expects us not to get caught up in those moments. And so this is a situation where I'm sure it won't happen again.
So here's this cop, man, that thinks, I'll just play loud music and you won't be able to post it on YouTube. There's a fix for that. There's a few fixes, and I'll go through some real quick here. But when he says it's not specifically outlined, it is. That's a Bain Act violation. You are hindering that guy's First Amendment rights. Also, I'm sure they have a media policy there in the Sheriff's Department. Like in San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, the media policy clearly says a deputy may not unnecessarily interfere with the, I'll just say First Amendment rights of media or people recording. So, and that's in so many words, but basically, I'm sure their Sheriff's Department in Alameda County has a media policy that basically outlines the same thing. You can't unnecessarily just go up and interfere with what they're doing simply because you don't want them recording. This deputy's an idiot. But as far as the copyright thing, you could always do a voiceover and you can narrate what happened while showing the cops doing their thing. There's always that on iMovie. But also, if you credit the music or whatever they're playing to interrupt your recording, if you credit them and it's usually less than 30 seconds or 60 seconds, a lot of times the music outlets now won't ban your video anymore because they understand that all they have to do is retain the copyrights and then monetize your video, which they can do. I don't care. That's fine. I'm not really concerned with, I'm not monetized at all for the reason that I use a lot of news clips and news stories and movie clips and so forth. So I'm not monetized for that reason. But I don't care if you want to monetize my video. Go ahead. Because my videos aren't about the money. They're about the content. That's what I really love, is the content. I'm not worried about if they're monetized or not. But a lot of these production companies from music, these labels, are now figuring out that all we have to do is monetize the video, boom, and we get the money, instead of banning you, but or doing a copyright strike. So these cops that are doing this, all you're doing is helping the video to go viral. I mean, Taylor Swift, any video with Taylor Swift in it's going to go viral. We know that. But I want to know what you all think. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. I hope you had a great 4th of July last night. I had a very interesting 4th of July. I'm going to put another link to a video I did last night in the description box below. If you haven't seen it, you must click it. Hope you guys have a great week. There's going to be an editorial every day this week. That's right. We're starting off a new week in a new month. Community Leo Watch, watching Leos. That's law enforcement officers from coast to coast.